Okay, so just got a new ring light and I'm gonna try to make a video. I'm gonna make granola because every week, well, maybe every 2 weeks, I make granola. I give some to Seth and then we keep some. I'm gonna try a new recipe from the kitchen today. It's 3 cups of oats, half a cup of oil, half a cup of maple syrup or honey. I'm using maple syrup, a cup of almonds, and I'm going to add a cup of coconut and some flax seeds and some salt, because my all-time favorite recipe is a Martha Stewart one that calls for brown sugar and salt as well as maple syrup. So I'm going to add the salt to this. So I think it's just a matter of mixing this all together. The oats are in the bowl. I'm adding coconut and the sliced almonds and the flax seeds. Give it a stir. Oh, I've preheated the oven to 300 and I've lined a baking sheet with parchment paper, but I don't think you really have to do that. You can just put it right onto your baking sheet if you prefer. Sometimes when you stir it in the oven and you have a parchment lined sheet, the parchment moves all over the place and it can be kind of annoying. So in goes the oil and the maple syrup. I want to get all of that delicious maple syrup out and give it a stir. So I'm just going to stir this and put it right onto the cookie sheet, pop it in the oven, and then stir it halfway through. I don't remember how long it has to cook for, so I'll check that before I put it in the oven. Probably 40 minutes, I bet. So, okay, I'm just gonna turn off the video and I'll show you when it's on the cookie sheet. I'm back. I read the recipe and it cooks for 40 minutes in a preheated oven, 300 degrees. 20 minutes you stir it after 20 minutes. So I'm just gonna put this on the baking sheet. I think you guys can see that. And I read the tips in between there too. It says that it can stay for a month in a sealed container. And if you like clumps, to press it down. I found that if I kind of like clumps, so I just don't stir it as much. Okay, so press down on the cookie sheet, on the baking sheet. I'm gonna put it in the oven for 20 minutes. Then I'm gonna give it a little stir, another 20 minutes, and I'll come back and show it to you when it's done. Here's the granola out of the oven. It just smells wonderful. I'm going to let it cool on the cookie sheet and then I'm going to store it in some glass sealing jars. I'm going to give Seth his and keep some for us. And I like to put some dried fruit in sometimes, which you do after the granola has baked, otherwise they get much too hard. I should show you that this granola is, in pieces because I didn't stir it. So I like it like this because then I can just sort of snack on a big chunk of granola. So this recipe is good. If you want this recipe, it's at thekitchen.com. I think it was a basic granola recipe. There's also a recipe that I have, a Smitten Kitchen recipe, on my blog at marilyndishes.com, which is another one of our favorite recipes. So check that out on my blog. marilyndishes.com, and I'm just going to fill this up really quickly and give Seth a call and tell him that his granola's ready. Hope you enjoyed the video and have a look at the recipe. And if also the other one I like is the Martha Stewart olive oil dark chocolate granola. I like that one too, and that's on marthastewart.com.